Genius Brain listeners, this podcast is brought to you by Mood, my friends. Who does not love Mood? And let me tell you what Mood is. Mood is known for their federally legal THC, but now they're adding their most potent product yet to the lineup, introducing hemp-based THCA flower. I have been using their stuff, and let me tell you something, like I said before, it's my great nightcap. However you like to take THC, Mood has you covered. Great for both beginner and veteran users. So try Mood's new THCA flower today, and for 20% off your first order at a free gram of THCA flower, go to hellomood.com and use promo code GENIUS. That's hellomood.com, promo code GENIUS for 20% off your order and a free gram of THCA flower today. Genius Brain listeners, this podcast is brought to you by Fume. What is Fume, you ask? Fume is an award-winning flavored air device that gives you a better way to break your bad habits. Your Fume comes with an adjustable airflow dial and is designed with movable parts and magnets for fidgeting, giving your fingers a lot to do, which is helpful for de-stressing anxiety while breaking your habit. Start the holidays off right with a good habit by going to tryfume.com/genius and get the journey pack today. Fume is giving listeners of the show 10% off when they use my code GENIUS to help make starting the good habit that much easier. Start the good habit at tryfume.com/genius to save 10% off the journey pack today. Genius Brain listeners, this podcast is brought to you by Cook Unity. My friends, if you got that culinary taste, you know how expensive it can be to explore that local food scene. So guess what, my friends? Have you tried Cook Unity? Because you're in luck. Cook Unity is the first chef-to-you service delivering locally sourced meals from award-winning chefs right to your door. I had this bomb chipotle lime salmon. My friends, there are hundreds of dishes to choose from and the menu is updated constantly. My friends, experience chef quality meals every week delivered right to your door. Go to cookunity.com/genius or enter code GENIUS before checkout for 50% off your first week. That's 50% off your first week by using code GENIUS or going to cookunity.com/genius.
The fobs at church, when they come and they become your friend the same way, like, oh, he's my friend now. And they start doing some like homoerotic yeah. Like they don't chip you and you're like, what the fuck?
Hey dude, Korean people,
I thought we were friends.
Korean people love playing gay chicken.
Yeah.
That's our shit. Yeah. There's no ethnicity in this world that plays gay chicken better than Korean people.
Yeah.
We would have this fucking game in church where we would take a pepero and then we put it in between our... In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Merry Christmas, everybody, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to launch this one on Christmas.
Hey, what up?
Happy holidays. I hope you guys are enjoying your Christmas. It's been a hot-ass winter in Los Angeles.
Yeah. I forgot it's December.
It's December, dude. Do you remember last year around this time? It was so... Wait, it wasn't December. It was like around January, February. It was fucking cold.
Fucking cold, man.
Yeah, so... Yeah. It's been a really, really warm-ass December here. I don't know what's going on, but it feels... The weather's great.
Yeah, but you know what that means for me? I feel like that means, like, pretty soon it's going to get shitty.
Oh, yeah.
I'm such a pessimist. I'm like, it ain't going to last.
I mean, last year was pretty nuts, though.
Yeah.
Like, it rained a record amount in Los Angeles, in the history of Los Angeles.
You know, to be honest, like, when it rains in L.A., I actually love it. Like, ask any Seattleites, anyone from Washington that's in LA now, like every time it rains, they'll walk outside for a sec.
Dude,
like,
I don't know how people live in Seattle because being there for like a week once,
I was miserable.
Right? I was so sad because I just saw gloom all the time and everybody's smiling. I'm like, what for? What are you smiling about? It's dark all the time.
So, man, I was there last month and the first 2 weeks, gorgeous, man. You know it too. Every time you get off that SeaTac, you just breathe that air in. It's
fresh ass air.
So fresh, right? And then it's just everywhere, right? But then it is fucking gloomy or whatever. But those first 2 weeks were sunny. It was beautiful. It was great weather. I took the top off the Miata, finally rode it as a convertible. And then the next 2 weeks, that gloom got to me.
Yeah.
Really got to me, man. It was
when it's gloomy, it does change my mood a lot, dude. Like, I don't care if it's cold. I still need to see some blue sky, maybe a little bit of sun. And it's okay if it rains, but I just have to shift that mindset. Oh, it's gonna be a cozy day. Get some like tea, and then wrap myself up like a fucking white girl influencer. You know,
a rainy day. Like, I would love to do that, but that's why pho does really well in Washington.
Get ready with me. Those videos are so stupid. I fucking hate those videos so much.
Get ready with me as I do nothing all day.
Dude, here's the thing about that, right? The funny thing that cracks me up about those videos is that they're showing how useless they are.
I didn't know you were going there.
Like this whole thing. When other people do a get ready with me, like my day, they'll actually show work.
Yeah.
This is them showing what they do on a Tuesday, and they go, this is my day today. Today, I started with yoga. Then I went to my favorite croissant spot. Then I had my cup of coffee. Then I meditated. Then I did my contemplation journal, and then it's nighttime. I'm like, hold on a sec. How are you making a living? Like, how the fuck are you making a living? I was waiting for a point for them to be like, I'm working on my online business or doing something.
Yeah.
And it's not, you don't do anything. Who the fuck is funding this? Like, I want to know, how the fuck are you making money? You have to let me know because I want to be a part of that club.
Are they actual influencers? That's how they make their money, by people watching them do nothing?
Some of them don't even have a huge following. So it's just like,
Oh, they want to get there. So
Yeah.
they do that kind of stuff.
like you must have like a fucking sugar daddy or something because your place looks really fucking nice.
Yeah.
For you to do nothing all day. How the fuck did you wake up one day and say, today I have no goals? And they just said, I'm going to post it. I've never seen somebody make content out of no content. It's wild, dude.
But at the same time, dude, you know, there's a shift, like even further, like why we were just having that conversation about why Gen Z boys are becoming so conservative, and girls, Gen Z girls are, well, they've always have been, but then they're very far left. And so they're looking at American birth rates and they're like, yo, Gen Z can't even get along. They don't wanna date each other.
Yeah.
You know, like boys don't like boys want a type of girl and girls just don't want that guy.
Yeah.
You know, and so like I feel like they're having this mad identity crisis because they're like teenagers.
It's interesting, right? When people have a conversation about like having kids and wanting to have kids, like the hottest insult was when somebody gets old. What's that word? They're like, you're boomer, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't understand why that was an insult. I just didn't get it. Like, you're such a boomer. I'm like, what does that mean? They're like, oh, like you're old fashioned. I'm like, yeah. So wait, are you insulting me? Like, I legit didn't understand it. And it's like saying you're like detached. I'm like, of course, I'm fucking 20 years older than you.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you and I be in the same circles and have the same conversation? There's no fucking way I give a fuck about what you're doing. Like, of course. Of course I'm a boomer, dude. I don't give a fuck about what you're doing, you dumb idiot. I was once you.
Yeah.
I've moved past. If I'm 35 and I'm still doing the same shit you're doing at 15, I'm a fucking loser. Like, so if I did what you're doing right now, I'm cool now? Poor?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be poor.
I don't know. There's always a head. What is it? Old head.
Yeah.
That's one. There's boomer and whatever. But it's like, I don't know. Like there's, just because it's a social media thing. Like when you notice old people do shit, like you laugh. It's like we finally labeled it, right? But then it's like when you label it, obviously it's like, hey, are they talking about me?
Yeah.
It's like,
When I see old people who tried to be so young,
Yeah.
it's the saddest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I've seen YouTubers do that, where they want to be so in the now, but they still think that they're young.
Well, it's sad because, yes, some people look at high school as their best days.
Yeah.
And when you go out there to rural America, what's the story? Those dudes are like, yeah, I was on the football team, you know, I wrestled or whatever. And then they still show up to wearing their starter jackets at the football games.
Dog, like, I don't know.
High school football games.
I don't know how many times I've had this conversation with people where they're just like, oh, I remember the good old days in YouTube. Like, I say that too, right? But I don't really care because that's a young person's game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a young person's game. Like, if you didn't evolve from that and you still want to make your same shitty ass content and same shitty ass fucking music, which, by the way, this is what I mean. In the earlier stages of YouTube, you could really be a mediocre musician and people thought you were amazing. Guess what? These young kids, they're better than you.
Yeah.
They took everything that you did and they improved on it. So now you're upset because your fucking sketches or music doesn't do as well as some of these other kids. You know why? Because they're better than you. They actually have to be. There's like a fine line, right? There's like that one part where it's like untalented kids who just have clout.
Yeah.
But there's this other group of kids who are really fucking good.
Yeah.
They make good fucking music. And even back then, for the music that you made, you sucked. You were just all that we had.
Well, yeah, I mean, like all of beginning YouTube was like cover songs. Basically.
Yeah.
You rarely had people putting out original music out there.
Yeah.
Then you know,
Dude, even like modern day racism is so much better. Dog, I saw this video, bro. I was so thoroughly offended and shocked at the same time. So there was a video. I wanted to do a video on this because it actually made me laugh. So it was a guy complaining about Chinese people. It was this white dude just going like, you know what? Fuck the Chinese. And he's not making a joke. He's serious, right? Because I thought it was like a stand-up bit, right? He was like, "Fuck the Chinese." He goes, "Nobody wants to say it, but I'm gonna say it on the shit because this is how we really feel. Americans feel that Chinese people are pieces of shit. You guys come," and he's going off, right?
Oh shit!
And then he goes into this Chinese accent, and he goes, "You guys just come in here and like, hey, what's the problem? It's a record." And I was like, "Damn, that's really accurate."
Hey, you got pretty good at
Dude, he did this perfect Mandarin accent, and I was like, damn, that's fucking good.
Dude, it's like
He was like, hey, look at me, I have a COVID. It's like a real problem here. I'm like, oh shit. And I went to go get, screen cap and record the video. It got taken down because people reported it.
oh come
But
on.
dog, I wish somebody could find that video for me because this dude was going off. When he did the Mandarin Chinese accent, it wasn't ching chong, ching chong. It was, hey, what's the problem here? It's like a what? I was like irritated.
I want to see it now.
And then I started, oh man, I could not stop laughing because of how accurate. I'm like, this guy studied that fucking Mandarin accent because a lot of people can't do that. And this dude for sure isn't from California. He's like from bumfuck state.
Dude, his bullying runs so deep. He mocks it so hard. He got good on it.
Yeah.
It's like the other guys. Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
He's like a really good ballet dancer. Yeah. Because he used to make fun of boys who did it.
Yeah.
By mocking them, and he just got really good at it. Right? That's Dan too. Whenever Dan mocks something, eventually he does it so much he gets good at it.
That's so fucking funny, dude.
His pop and lock.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, one day Dan was pop and locking. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like so good.
Hey, somebody could find that fucking video. Please find it for me. But I can't find it anywhere. I don't think it got popular enough.
Right.
Yeah, but it was so good because
Send him a friend request.
yeah, I would have. He
Okay.
all the comments were just going at him, right? And there wasn't a single person that commented how good his Mandarin accent was. I was so disappointed. Because it was just so good. I was like, yo, at least like his racism is on point and is highly accurate, dude. Because back in the day, if you were Korean, Japanese, it's always ching chong, ping bao. This one, so what's up? Or a sip. I'm like, dog, either your wife is Chinese or you've been studying, dude, because that's good.
It's good. Yeah. Like that's like Russell Peters level of you get us.
Yeah.
You hate it, but you at least did your digging.
Yeah.
You got to know them and then you hated them.
Yeah, I wonder what his
Respect.
his whole page was gone.
Oh.
So I don't know what happened because I'm pretty sure
Because he truly did hate them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had other videos of just making fun of like just other races,
Right.
just pissed off about how America is changing. But dude, hey, props to you, man. I've never seen somebody accurately use racism like that against Asian people. I was like, dude, bravo, man.
Yeah.
Somebody give him an Oscar.
It's like, hey, have you ever thought about, getting on an open mic or something?
I know. I'm always gonna be like, this title of this video, but racism is the shit.
Yeah. That's like, hey, Rush Hour 4. That's coming out. And what's the biggest request?
Racist jokes.
Keep it racist.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder too, did you see that video of, it was like this, like a caucus of people. It was a bunch of, basically this guy was saying that he has auditory problems because he has he's like, I won't say autistic, but he goes, hey guys, like I have auditory sensitivity. So when you guys are talking over here, I can't focus. And they go, heard. and they go talk. He goes, I'd like to talk about my grievances. And they start doing this. And this is a serious thing.
If we want to defeat capitalism, we are going to need a party that will organize working people to fight for the demands that we want and to win socialism. Thank you so much.
Great.
Quick point of privilege. Quick point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Guys, first of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him. I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload. There's a lot of whispering and chatter going on. It's making it very difficult for me to focus. Please, can we just, I know we're all fresh and ready to go, but can we please just keep the chatter to a minimum? It's affecting my ability to focus. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade. Okay, is there a speaker against name, chapter, pronoun?
Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
And they're talking about everything that offends them, and they're not getting to the topic. And the person who's trying to control this conversation, you could tell she's lost and getting frustrated. Like, can we just get to the stuff that we're supposed to talk about?
Yeah, maybe they need someone to be like, can we all shut the fuck up?
Oh, but you can't because you're silencing them, dude.
Oh, okay.
And so,
oh my God, I cringe at myself, dude. Okay, finish your thought, and then I'm gonna.
And then as the meeting went on, that same guy that was talking that he has auditory issues snaps. He goes, I've told you guys that I cannot focus because I have auditory problems where you guys talk so much and it bothers. I'm like, dude, this is insane. This is a Key and Peele sketch. How's this real? It was real, dude. I thought it was going to come out later on that they had like a hidden camera and it was going to be funny, but it was just a real thing that happened in real life. Yeah. I don't know what's going on now.
Do you know what a safe space is?
I've heard of it. Well, were you allowed to say how you feel?
Yeah, and no one's supposed to
judge you.
So I got invited to
those
one
a few times, yeah.
And I didn't know that's what it was.
Uh-huh.
Like they were like, "Hey Ed, we're going to gather," because it was right after like the BLM protests and all this stuff. So people, group of friends were like, "Holy shit, this is crazy." And then I got invited, like, "Hey, we want to get together and talk about what's going on. It's going to be a safe space." So I'm like, I said, okay, and I didn't even take a thought of what safe space was.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what it was. I should have asked.
Yeah.
Back, foresight, or hindsight. But I go to this thing and they're talking about, oh my, look what's happening in the world. And and I'm just kind of sitting there and I'm definitely having like an anxiety attack because, mind you, this is when I just got to LA after those 4 years at the gas station. And you saw me like a month after I got back.
Yeah.
I was burnt.
Yeah.
Right? I was like toast.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting here and all these people thinking, China literally, what do we do, guys? What can we do? And I'm starting to lose it. Like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not enough that we just, say these things, guys. What are action? Let's make action promises. And then I'm having an anxiety attack because I realize, I feel like I'm in a Bible study.
Oh, yeah.
Church.
That sounds like a Bible study.
Yeah, that's what it was feeling like, I think. And, I actually blew up.
Oh, really?
I blew the fuck up. So much so that I don't remember what I said. But I was like, I just came here because I'm like, ah! I literally, I think it was a serious episode because I don't remember what I said.
What do you call that when Christian people sit around and they talk about their stuff that happened in their past? They open up to each other. There's a phrase about this.
A testimony?
Testimony.
Testimony.
Did I tell you about the story where I fucking laughed at a dude's testimony?
Yeah,
right? I've done that too before. I'm always the wrong person to bring in these situations because I've realized I can make anything fucking funny. And I think it's my immediate reaction to when I hear people's corny ass stories.
It happened to me.
I can't stop doing it.
But then I was laughing in a way because I relate. I was in one of those things. Guy was talking about how he and his brother's relationship's not great, and then he talks like, my brother punched me, and I laughed, because my brother punched me before,
Yeah.
So did yours. And then everyone was staring at me, and then he was like, "Yeah, thanks, Ed, thanks, it's real funny," and I was like, "Oh shit."
Dude, we're gonna go to hell, man.
Yeah.
We've done that so many times. I did to that guy who was telling about a suicide story, and I laughed at him. Did I tell you about this?
Yeah.
Dude, if you guys haven't heard the story, I'll tell the story again. But there was a dude that I knew. Let's call him CJ, right? So this dude CJ, I know about his past story, but you know, when people tell their own stories, they'll skew it, especially in these testimonies. They want people to pity the fuck out of them.
Sympathy.
So bad. But I know him from back home, right? So in our town, there was this girl that everybody liked. She wasn't the cutest, right? But her personality was fucking banging. Dude.
There's always that girl.
That one girl at church.
All the dudes. Yeah, that one girl at church that all the dudes like, and all the other girls are jealous of her.
That was this girl,
Yeah.
right? Sweetest girl ever, right? And I understand. I remember when people would talk to me about her because I didn't go to that church. And I remember I met her. I was like, that's it? I thought this bitch was fine as fuck. And then I talked to her. I was like, oh, I see it.
Yeah.
She could make you feel amazing, right?
Yeah.
So they were friends in high school. Well, when they graduated high school, he decided to give her a gift, right? Because he wanted to confess his love to her. They were in the same graduating class. What he decided to do was give her 2 hamsters. One was named CJ, and the other one was, let's call her Jessica. Jessica and CJ. And he gives her these hamsters saying like, hey, this is me and you. Like, we're meant to be together type of thing. And she rejects him. She's not attracted to him.
Yeah.
Right?
And also, why the fuck am I responsible for these fucking hamsters now?
Exactly. You basically gave her 2 fucking rats.
Yeah. Like, seriously.
Here's a Master Sprinter and a Mrs. Sprinter.
They're gonna make up the baby?
Yeah. He's not telling this part of the story.
Yeah.
Right? And he gives him this, rejects him.
Yeah.
Right? And check this out. I am not making this shit up. I wrote this in a script because of how unreal this story is. He goes home, starts crying his eyes out, right? He doesn't leave his room for 2 fucking weeks.
Oh,
right? Because he's so depressed. Well, in those 2 weeks, he forgets to feed the hamsters. Right? So if people don't know this about rodents, they're cannibalistic.
Oh, yeah.
In the most symbolic way, dude. The hamster named Jessica ate the hamster named CJ. And he said, when he told me this story, this is before this thing, he told me this and I laughed in his face too because he also has a Korean accent. And he goes, it was so tragic. There was only like a 1 rib. So the hamster named Jessica ate all that till there was 1 rib left. Biblical.
Biblical, that's what you get. That's all that's
biblical.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking fun to me. I already laughed at him about this. So he's telling this story at this because I was in a part of a praise team, which I shouldn't have been. And I was a part of this praise team, and he starts telling the youth pastor and then everybody else who's on the praise team, everybody's giving their testimonials. And he goes, hey, I tried to kill myself, right? And it's already funny because he got a thick ass Korean accent, and then everybody gets quiet. Yeah. And the pastor, he goes, you know, CJ, why did you try to kill yourself? He goes, because I tried to jump out of my window, my 2nd story window, and I just felt like I couldn't do anything right. And I went, and I cracked up. Dude, everybody looks at me, and the pastor's pissed. And he's like, what? That was so inappropriate. Why are you laughing? I was like, because it's ironic that the reason why you try to kill yourself is that you couldn't do anything right, but you couldn't kill yourself. No. And I'm dying laughing. Yeah. Here's the reason why this guy doesn't talk to me anymore. The pastor started laughing. So the pastor's trying not to laugh, but he's holding back his laughter. He starts busting up. Everybody starts laughing.
Yeah.
And I cried laughing because like how ironic, because I already know about the irony with the rib, but they don't know that story. Right? So I know about that, and I was like, dude, your life is fucked. Here's the other weird thing about him. He has a thick Korean accent, but he can't speak Korean.
No.
I found this out. We went to college together, and we were at a Korean restaurant. At this time, I couldn't speak Korean either. So we were trying to order food, and I was like, hey, yo, CJ, just order us the food. And he was like, I can't speak Korean. And I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up, dog. Just order it. Like, I can't speak. None of us can speak. He's like, no, I can't do it. Right? And I'm getting irritated because he's fucking around.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, dude, just fucking order the food. Like, none of us are, like, these people don't speak English. And then, you know, somebody's hitting me at the table. It's like, dog, he can't speak Korean. I'm like, what? I said, what do you mean you can't speak Korean? And he started explaining to me like he came back and forth from Korea so much that he was stuck with the Korean accent, but he couldn't speak Korean, and his English sucks too.
Oh.
And then I laughed so hard. This guy fucking hates me.
Yeah.
After that, he hasn't spoken to me since, and that was when I was like 18, 19. Dog, I just really, that dude, there could be a whole movie written about this guy.
Yeah, dude.
He was so fucking funny. Like, this dude loved playing basketball too. Okay, maybe I bullied him a little bit because this
guy's name sounds like it's like 동수 or
some
like
shit,
that,
right?
right?
This dude,
동석 or whatever.
really good at basketball.
Yeah.
Right? But he would never pass the ball, so I used to call him the black hole because it would just go to him and it would never come back out. But every time he couldn't pronounce LeBron James. Right? So when he would shoot, LeBron was his favorite player, but he would never say, you know, when you shoot, you say Kobe?
Yeah.
This fool go, LeBron. I was like, excuse me? What did you say? LeBron. He was saying LeBron. I was like, who's that? LeBron James, bro. So he would scream LeBron. This guy was so fucking goofy, man. I miss him so much. I wish we were still friends till this day. But obviously, that
It took a bit personal.
yeah, when I laughed about his suicide story, that pretty
Yeah.
much kind of put the nail in the coffin.
Well, if you'd like to look in the camera, David, and, you know, say a few
Hey,
words.
CJ, you're a bitch, dude. You're such a little bitch, man. Relax. Here's the
That
thing.
second story, come on, man.
And
you
you-
couldn't go up to, like, the top.
You jumped from the set. I know his house too, by the way. It was really short. Yeah. Like, he broke his arm. That's it.
Oh, shit, but he did jump.
Yeah, what? He's like,
Oh, damn.
yeah, he just flipped and he just broke his arm. Yeah. That's it.
Head first, bro.
Yeah, come on. Even if he went head first, he still would have survived.
Yes, that's
Yeah, I mean, because he was also like 100 pounds.
right.
Full of bird bones.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I mean, he probably would have flew. He would have found out, I can pry.
It's like, there's a reason to live.
Genius Brain listeners, this podcast is brought to you by Mood. My friends, Mood is known for their federally legal THC, but now they're adding their most potent product yet to the lineup, introducing hemp-based THCA flower, the future of legal THC. Try it along with all of Mood's other amazing offerings like Delta 8 flower gummies, vape cartridges, and a whole bunch more. And for limited time, Mood is giving our listeners a free gram of THCA flower and 20% off your first order. Just visit hellomood.com and use our code GENIUS. Listen, Mood products are my nightcaps because I always have my mind racing all over the place. I take a little bit of Mood right there. Specifically, I take some of the gummies and it helps me drift off into this lovely, lovely sleep, which I've always had trouble with. And that's why I love Mood, my friends. So try Mood's new THCA flower today, and for 20% off your first order and a free gram of THCA flower, go to hellomood.com and use promo code GENIUS. That's hellomood.com, promo code GENIUS for 20% off your order and a free gram of THCA flower today. My lovely genius brain farts. This podcast is brought to you by Fume. Yes, a longtime sponsor of this podcast because I love them. Listen, cold turkey may be great on sandwiches, but there's a better way to break your bad habits. We're not talking about some weird mind voodoo from your crazy neighbor. We're talking about our sponsor, Fume, and they look at the problem in a different way. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong, so instead of drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit? You get it. Instead of bad, Fume is good. It's a habit you're free to enjoy. It makes replacing your bad habit easy. Your Fume comes with an adjustable airflow dial and is designed with movable parts and magnets for fidgeting, giving your fingers a lot to do, which is helpful for de-stressing anxiety while breaking your habit. I have mine in my car at all times, specifically when I'm in traffic, because your boy be getting irritable and super annoyed. And guess what? I just puff on my Fume and I just fidget away with it, and it makes me feel oh so good. So start the holidays off right with the good habit by going to tryfume.com/genius and getting the journey pack today. Fume is giving listeners of the show 10% off when they use my code GENIUS to help make starting the good habit that much easier. Start the good habit at tryfume.com/genius. Save 10% off the journey pack today.
I'm like a Jesus Christ. I'm an angel.
Dude, we're fucked up. We're still.
One day he's gonna. His name's not CJ, by the way. But if he ever catches this story, he's probably gonna message me on Facebook and just go at me.
Yeah. Yeah, I assume.
Yeah. Well, you're not gonna do shit. I'll beat your fucking ass either way. But he was so sensitive, dude. It was.
I mean, that was like me too. I was crazy sensitive when you and I first met. While we could joke, when you roasted me, like I used to be like that for sure.
But I think most people are. It's just I grew up around such like that was just how everybody was around me, and it's to the point now where it's like I just didn't realize that not everybody was like that, so I didn't know when to turn it off.
Right.
Because I thought everybody, when we became good friends, that's just how it was.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, we're good friends now. Now we can make fun of each other. But I didn't realize that my group of friends were just a little off. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm actually one of the softer ones.
So, yo, it's hella off, but God, it's the truth.
Yeah.
The FOBs at church, when they come and they become your friend, the same way, like, oh, he's my friend now, and they start doing some like homoerotic shit. Yeah. Like they don't chip you, and you're like, what the fuck?
Hey, dude, Korean people.
I thought we were friends.
Korean people love playing gay chicken.
Yeah.
That's our shit. Yeah. There's no ethnicity in this world that plays gay chicken better than Korean people.
Yeah.
We would have this fucking game in church where we would take a pepero and then we put it in between our mouths, and then the person who gets the closest to the lips without kissing and being gay is the winner. Yeah. And we would do this at church events, which doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, we had like cross-dressing competitions.
Yeah, dude.
And then now the culture's like, oh, that was wrong.
We love gay chicken, dude. You see old Asian men, they hold hands with their best friends.
With their pinkies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I've seen that shit. I'm like, I was like, damn, Korea's really progressive.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, they're not gay. They're just best friends.
Yeah. So that was one thing that opened my eyes to American homophobia.
Yeah.
Was when I first went to Korea and dudes are locking arms walking down the street, Dudes holding hands and dudes like, by the pinkies. And then my twin uncle, my dad's twin, he's like, I'm going to meet up with my best friend. I want you to meet him because he's 제일 친친구야. We go to Korean barbecue and all that shit. And yeah, it's like that, man. I see these two grown-ass men walking down the street, swinging their hands with their pinkies.
It's weird, dude.
Yeah, and then one of mine is, my uncle's gay.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you fucked me up because, like, literally the week before I got there, he told me how he had to beat up his neighbor because he came in drunk and started harassing his wife. So he's like, I had to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, I
so
almost secured him, holding my pinky.
No, I saw, yeah. Yeah, you go, 잠깐.
He's just like this.
Yeah. Like he was telling me this drunk neighbor was like harassing his wife and he fuck him up. And the next thing I see him is just like, yeah. But anyway, I was just all that to say, like, you say, oh, he's my friend. Now I can do this. Mm-hmm. I think us as kids definitely see that.
Yeah.
But that's where I was like, oh, like, man, David's like mean.
Yeah. I think a lot of people thought I was really fucking mean, and I just didn't understand why. And I'm like, why does everybody think I'm so fucking mean? I'm so nice.
Do you know how I got over that? Is dealing with people who actually hate me. Yeah. Where that kind of shit, like where I could finally look back and like, oh man, David's being funny. Yeah. I was being a bitch, and then like these guys fucking hate me.
I forgot Tim sent me something too. It was something along the lines of like, it would describe who I am as a person. It was like, it's basically, you don't want to be on his bad side, but when you're on his good side, it's the best thing on earth. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
That's true. Honestly, when you hate, dude, like, it's like the burn list. Yeah. And I'm like, I'll ask you advice like, yo, how do I deal with this? About like, in my head, it's how do I reconcile this? How do I redeem this? You're like, fuck that bitch. I'm like, I still want to be friends with them, David.
No, fucking cut this bitch. Dude, we just had like this whole powwow with a bunch of friends like a couple of weeks ago. And they kind of told me a little bit about what they were going through. And I was just like, listen, this attitude, by the way, I don't think it's healthy. I think it has bitten me in the ass a couple of times. Actually, before this story, I'll tell you this other story. There was a friend of mine who really opened up to me about his relationship with his wife. Mm-hmm. And when we were talking about his wife, I was a little upset about her, right? Mm-hmm. Because he was telling me this whole story. And I wasn't upset at her because she's a bad person. I was upset at her because she was wasting her potential. So the way that he would describe his wife to me was, hey, she's acting like a loser. She doesn't want an education, all this other stuff. And I'm like, she's smart. She's beautiful. What the fuck is she doing? Had a long talk with him at a diner. And I've told this on the podcast with you when I was telling him like, hey, he went to the bathroom and was like, hey, Wally, I want to have a conversation with you. I was like, what are you doing with your life? I was like, I've known you since you were younger. You're one of the smartest, most like beautiful person I've ever met. And you're sitting around waiting around doing nothing. I was like, when you die and you pass away, is this going to be the end of your life? Is this your story? Right? I was like, we have a very finite time on this earth, right? If you want to be useful in this world, you have to figure out what makes you tick. That's your responsibility. And every day you're waking up without a purpose, I know that doesn't feel good. So you need to go find that. Months pass, we meet up. I see her at 24 hours. She goes, hi. She looks so happy, having the time of her life. I was like, what's up? Gave her a hug. She goes, I just want to let you know I divorced him. I'm like, what the? She goes, and she was like, that conversation that you had really opened my eyes. Like, hold on a second.
You home wrecked.
So she divorced him from that conversation. I was like,
Damn.
and by the way, this guy's buff as shit.
Yeah.
I was like, did you tell him that? She goes, no. I was like, okay, thank God.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened? So apparently, the reason why she wasn't doing anything is because he wouldn't let her.
Right.
So when she started attending community college, he had jealousy issues. So she have to do group studies and stuff. He wouldn't let her go into group studies,
Right.
wouldn't let her have her own friends. But he would tell everybody else that she was a loser and she just didn't want to have an education and just want to stay home and do nothing all day.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry. That shit triggered me.
That's just
I
so-
hate that shit.
Yeah, and so she ended up going to cosmetology school. She got her cosmetology license. She started doing like makeup and hair and everything else. Completely different person. And
Good for her.
Yeah, it was super good for her. I would just don't tell him that. Though.
Yeah, okay.
You tell him that that's your story, that you did it on your own. Yeah. But she said that after I told her that shit, it fucked her up in the head because she's, she said specifically, she says, I put into words what she was feeling that she couldn't say, right? Because literally, she's so awesome. And I'm like, what the fuck is she doing?
Yeah.
I mean, and when you see somebody waste their potential that you care about, it bothers you.
Yeah.
So you have to say something,
I'm dealing with that with a coworker. Like, it's kind of she has a fucking stupid ass shitty boyfriend. It's so stupid. I'm not gonna tell her shit on it.
Yeah.
It's just like hilarious stories of the dumb shit he does and all the excuses she gives. It's like he's so kind, he's so caring. And it's like you care about him. I don't think he gives a fuck about you.
Yeah.
You know?
Some people, when they're in it, when they're in bad relationships, they can't see it. It's just that's their everyday existence.
Yeah.
And they can only see things that they want to see. And I've seen that a lot in guys and girls, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, the homies that would bring their piece of shit girlfriends over. Oh my.
Sorry. I'm sorry, David.
Oh my.
Sorry. It did happen.
And it's so hard for me to not be myself because I'm like, I just want to wreck you.
Hey, tell me you're a comedian, right? Tell me a joke.
I was like, all right, I've had enough now. I was like, what do you do for a living? She was like, I'm a teacher. Why don't you fucking teach me something, you dumb bitch?
Yeah.
You're like, uh-oh.
Came out of your fucking bedroom. We were in the kitchen smoking. You're digging in you were like in and out too.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. You dig in the fridge. She's trying to get you to tell a joke. And then I just remember, it's just like, yeah, what do you do?
Yeah.
It's like, teach me something funny.
Yeah.
And she's drunk, and so she didn't care.
Yeah.
And then Dan comes in, and it's been a while since you saw Dan. And you didn't see it because you're in your room, but she broke down crying when she saw him. I
Why?
have no idea why. I think she thought he hated her or something. And I was like, this girl is so drunk. Let's go to bed.
Oh, dude, those emotionally volatile people is so hard to be around now.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it now. When you look, if you're young and you're listening to this podcast, you'll start to realize as you get older, your threshold for bullshit is so fucking small. I thought my threshold was small when I was younger. It's small. I just deal with it better now. Now I don't go out of my way to crush somebody.
Yeah,
I just walk away now. I just go, whatever, that's you.
Well, for me, it's like, in a way, I had to learn to respect the person saying bullshit.
Yeah.
Because when I hear bullshit, for me, it's like, yeah, I get dismissive. And then I learned, like, it was a quote from Dave Chappelle from the Inside the Actors Studio way back. It's only in standard def. And he said, the worst thing you can be to somebody is dismissive.
Yeah.
You know, just to say, oh, they're crazy. Oh, they're fucked up. Oh, they're stupid, like that, right? And this is why the last conversation I was like, yeah, take yourself there and try to wear the shoes of someone you just don't understand.
Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Cook Unity. My friends, if you got culinary taste, you know how expensive exploring your local food scene can get or how hard it is to find the time and energy to try something new. Well, skip to my Lou, you're in luck, you stupid duck, because Cook Unity is a first chef-to-you service delivering locally sourced meals from award-winning chefs right to your door every week, and it's cheaper than other delivery options. Listen, meal delivery services can be convenient and delicious, and Cook Unity got it down on lock. Unlike other meal services, Cook Unity is a chef collective bringing exciting culinary talent straight to your table. So it's not the same tasting, boring meal kits you get elsewhere. This stuff is delicious. I had this bomb chipotle lime salmon, and I topped it off for dinner with a loco moco, and yes, I'm serious, it was bomb. It was so freaking good, and that's like what I love about them the most. Their stuff is different and delicious. There are hundreds of dishes to choose from, and the menu is updated constantly. So experience chef quality meals every week delivered right to your door. Go to cookunity.com/genius or enter code GENIUS before checkout for 50% off your first week. That's 50% off your first week by using code GENIUS or going to cookunity.com/genius.
And so that was one of the things where I have to deal with this year is an astrologist.
The astrologers are the hardest, dude.
And
why are they always the hottest girls I've ever met in my life?
Yeah.
What is that, huh? What is the...
Is that why I'm being so tolerant?
I can tolerate you because you're hot.
Yeah. Like,
if you were ugly, get the fuck away from me.
I've been in a situation where I'm with a group of girls and they're doing their astrology thing and I'm not saying anything. You know? I'm not saying anything. And then when they ask, when's your birthday? And then I give it and then they say, oh, that's why you're a... And I'm like, I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
This whole time, and you just judged me when I gave you my birthday. What do they call it? A birthday racist.
Yeah. You're a birthday racist, dude. You're prejudiced. Here's the thing that I would always do. I don't do it anymore because I don't care to. Now I just let them do it because it's fun for them. But before, I would always give them my wrong birthday, and it was the same answer.
Yeah.
Every time. 100% without fail.
Exactly. That's what I'm learning.
It's like, I know that's why you are the way you are. Funny. Just kidding. I lied about my birthday. That's exactly why you... It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly like the sign of maturity that I understand now at my age.
Yeah.
Is, like, you just, just don't be an ass.
Yeah.
Just, I know, like, it's their thing. Whether they believe it or it's fun for them or whatever. Just, when I see them talk about it, even though it's nonsense and I'm not listening, they're so excited. They are like so happy to talk about it. And so I'll ask when I don't give a fuck just to see, hey, they're like really happy.
The reason why I don't like astrology is because it's rooted in absolutism. They think in absolutes only. It's like, you are this because of this. Right. Without even having a conversation. So you want to talk about being dismissive. That's dismissive.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell them every little piece of your life and they'll bring it down to why fucking Jupiter is circling fucking this shit. It's like, dog, shut the fuck up is what I want to say, right?
Well, let's slow down and get in their shoes, David. Now, why would they...
They're moccasins.
Yes.
They're fucking sandals.
Why would they then? Like, this is what I try to understand why they do this. Like tarot cards or palm reading and all that stuff too. I mean, and they could look at me and say the same thing. It's like, didn't you believe a man rose from the dead like in 3 days?
100%. But I also recognize the ridiculousness of it.
Yes.
That's the difference. They don't recognize how possibly what they're saying is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand that what I believe in is slightly crazy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This dude over here on a cross getting stabbed up going like, I still love y'all.
You're all going to heaven.
Yeah.
All of you.
Yeah.
Oprah can't do shit.
Yeah. I get it. I understand. I think like when you question their thing, it's like, you just don't know. It's like, no, I get it. You're saying that this, and they go, well, the reason why astrology is real is because it's a pattern of stuff. So people over 1,000 have seen these patterns and it became true. No, that's not the fucking case at all, because you're literally wrong, because I just told you my fake birthday and you said that was me.
Yeah.
So you're full of shit, or maybe you are not the person who should represent this ideal.
Yeah.
You're not the one. Go find me somebody legit in your stuff so I could have a legit conversation, not you who does this for a hobby and then you get offended by it that people don't believe in it.
That's the thing though. Is there like an end all be all astrology, like organization, just denomination, like this is it?
I think astrology does have like strong believers where it's like they base their whole life off like legit. I just haven't met one. I know that it's like a religious thing.
Yeah.
But the ones that I meet are usually the ones that sell fucking bead bracelets on Etsy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, they don't know anything about it. They don't know the history, but they don't know nothing. They just go like, "Oh, you're a Sagittarius." I fucking knew it.
I feel like that part is them using that shit to allow them to judge people. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, Christians do it too. They use Christianity to allow themselves to gossip and judge other people in the name of Jesus when you're just being a piece of shit, you know?
I just don't like it when people conflate that stuff and they say it's science. You don't have to say
Yeah,
it's science.
just don't say it's science. At least Christians are anti-science.
Yeah.
If you say that's science, that's where I'm like, hold up.
Dog, there's this pastor that spoke at this thing, and I lost all respect for this fool because he was talking about dinosaurs. And this pastor, he was like, somebody asked me once, if dinosaurs are real, wouldn't that negate the existence of God? And they talk about the, whatever, where you see like within a mountainside, you'll see different layers. I forgot what that's called in science, but this is when I was super young, and they'll tell you the time of when Earth was based on the layers of the Earth. And they go, well, this existed here at this time, and that goes, it was before Christ. So if it's before Christ, it negates the existence of God. And this fool, he goes, well, let me tell you why that doesn't make sense. The world is spinning. Have you ever just had a jar of things and you shook it up? Doesn't the layers mix up? Why wouldn't that happen to Earth? And everybody would clap. And I went, this guy's an idiot. That is an idiot.
I mean,
he thought he did something. I wanted to throw the Bible at him.
full confession. In my Christianity, I looked deep into that bullshit Christian creationism because I was like, if God is real, like this Bible has to be explained or whatever, right? And I look back at myself as a kid who was curious, who needed the answers.
Yeah.
And there's some crazy creationism myths, like there's no way the Earth can only be 6,500 years old, but that's what they believe.
Yeah.
And then they say like, okay, the flood, where did all that water come from? And
That's what it was. It was the flood that mixed up all the stuff together.
yes, and that's the argument that the flood, reset the sediments and all of that, so they're all jumbled.
That's what it was.
And that dinosaurs and man lived together and shit like that. They were at the Garden of Eden.
I didn't see no scripture where somebody was riding a T-Rex. You don't think back in the day, if somebody was writing the Bible, he wasn't gonna write, "Yo, I went to Bethlehem on my fucking T-Rex." You don't think he was gonna say that shit?
Well, some people believe the Bible mentions a behemoth. It's not described as a whale or an elephant or that there was a creature.
That was a brontosaurus or
something
shit?
like that. Yeah. I mean, but then again, it could have just been a fucking giraffe
Or
an
a
elephant,
really, really fat lady.
Yeah. Who knows?
Somebody's describing his mother-in-law.
Yeah. I mean, people need these absolute like answers. They need a reason to believe. Like, this is why I believe, right? And so they'll come up with as many excuses as they can, as far-fetched as it can be, because you have to make this reality real. So, where was that actually? Actually, like the best representation of that for me was WandaVision. This girl with this trauma who, manifests with their magic like everything she loves and wants because it was all taken away from her. And in order for her to maintain this, she has to make other people suffer through all this and hurt through it, right? And so all these other people, and that's the thing about the story, she didn't realize she was making other people suffer.
Yeah.
Right? And so what people have to realize is this too. It goes back to like the fucking 2016 election where all these evangelical pastors like Bethel, YWAM, IHOP, those Pentecostal prophets were saying, God told me Trump is going to win. All of them were saying it, and he fucking won. So all of these boomer evangelical Christians just became crazy radicalized and they believe that Trump is God ordained because their fucking pastor told them. Well, guess what? In 2020, they said the same thing and Trump lost. But now what? Their whole fucking faith is turned upside down. Oh my God, the prophet was wrong. There was literally this guy, Chris Vallerton. You know, like I actually had a week of a teaching from him. He's a very prominent pastor out there, and he told his tens of thousands of...
Is he the one that was laughing?
No, not him.
There was who was the he's very I should know his name. I'm such a bad Christian right now, but he was the one that was confronted by the reporter talking about
No, that's Kenneth Copeland.
Kenneth Copeland,
the fucking
yes, he was the one who bought the plane from Tyler Perry, but he was doing the whole thing with Trump. He goes, they said Trump was gonna lose, and Trump is not gonna win his re-election, and he went ha ha ha.
Yeah, that shit.
That was he is Satan.
That shit. So what does it do to his congregation members with that much faith in a lie? You know, then all of these pastors across America were proved charlatans and false prophets. No, it's because the work of the devil, the election was stolen.
It's the same thing with the astrology thing, right?
Yes. How is that any different than astrology right there?
They do the same thing. They go, "Oh, you're like this because..." I'm like, "What about this?" Well, what's your rising moon butt fuck sign?
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, so if I'm not this, and then you have an explanation because there's a backup for that, and there's a backup for your backup." It's like, then I'm basically everything. Then this is not relevant, right? Look, like I said, if you're an astrologist and I'm getting this wrong, I'm not sorry.
Either way, we're talking about two groups of people, we just don't agree, right? But then the problem is these people not only believe that, they think we're the dumb ones.
Yeah.
You know, that's where I have a problem with.
And by the way, I don't disagree with you believing in it. I just find it annoying that you get mad when people question it. Mm-hmm. Right? You shouldn't be upset when people question it because I don't believe it. I think you could do all that stuff. I think you could go outside, put that fucking moon rock, stick it in your pussy, open up your legs, charge it in the moon, like Gwyneth Paltrow style, dude.
Yeah.
Do all that stuff. I support that. You're not hurting anybody.
Get your pH level.
Yeah, your pH level's all good. I support that because you're not hurting anybody and it makes you feel better. Mm-hmm. And in turn, it makes you a better person and it makes other people better. I'm all for that. But the moment I say I don't believe in that stuff, when you ask me, I didn't ask you. I didn't say out of nowhere, that stuff is bullshit. You asked me. And then you try to put it on me. And I said, I'm good. I don't believe in that stuff. Oh, can we believe in it? You're the one who brought it up, bitch. I didn't bring it up. You could have kept your astrology stuff all to yourself. You could have kept your radical Christianity to yourself, right? If you feel like I'm missing something in my life, don't worry, I'm good. Don't trip.
I think that's just one of those things. Like, I hate to equate the two, but almost on the same level. Like, you question, how the fuck did flat earth come back, right? And then in the same way with our culture too, how is astrology so fucking popular?
Dude, I'm telling you, man, Etsy is strong, bro.
It's because of Etsy?
Etsy girls are strong, man. They can make you believe in anything. I'd be seeing people on Etsy just selling moon rocks, and that should be going out like hotcakes. I'm fucking up,
just
dude.
Shit they found in their
I'm over here trying to sell stories. Nah, fuck that. I need to start selling booty beads because these girls be making hella money. Hey, if I sell moon rocks, would y'all buy it?
No, you gotta sell Shang-Chi cock rings.
Oh, I would love that, dude. That would
Shang-Nom
Shang-Chi cock rings, dude. My favorite movie of all time, dude. It's the best. I can't stop making that joke. I'm sorry. And say his name right. It's Seaman Lube.
God damn it. Is it because I came back? It's always when I'm around.
No, I always do it. No, he's great, dude. He's great.
I'm doing fine. Strike's over. Back to work.
I know.
Everyone's doing great.
I know. He wasn't.
I hope
much.
There's no more to complain about, right?
I know he wasn't talking much during the strike though. But
he wasn't allowed to, right?
Yeah, it was great. That was like the best thing that came from the strike. Is that where he could stop complaining. You know what I mean?
Oh, I love his music.
Fuck off. Oh shit.
And with that, I think we did.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Happy birthday, Jesus.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Hope you guys have a great holiday, dude. I know we just be making jokes about everything, but make sure you stream Simu's single. Is out on all platforms. It's great. But his music is streaming on all platforms. It's
going on right now?
It's amazing. Make sure you guys stream that shit. Bump those numbers up.
You got to support our own.
Yeah, I support him.
Let's go.
What's the name of the song?
Sorry. I
it's called I Love Myself.
Oh, yeah.
But Genius Brain every Sundays at 12 p.m. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for this lovely new year. Genius Brain is coming back next year, of course. Who knows how long this podcast will go, but thank you all for supporting. And remember, Genius Brain every Sundays at 12 p.m. Like the comments, write comments, thumbs up, all that other stuff. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace.